Hello and good afternoon to Dr. Brian Ravin Nielsen, and welcome to my presentation from Bloom episode comic. This presentation will focus solely on Sempagang Bay bloom occurrence on 2005, which is in Sabah. Let's follow these two students on what's happening during the algal bloom. What's happening? Asked the girl. The boy noticed quickly. It's an algal bloom. The girls don't understand. She's weirded out. What's an algal bloom? The guy says, it is a rapid growth of microscopic algae or cyanobacteria in water, often resulting in change in color on the surface. To help his friend understand it better, he explained algal bloom and what is harmful algal blooms. It is something that have happened periodically over 3 decades in Malaysia since the first red tide sighting in 1976, which is in Sabah. And through his scientific knowledge, he knows that this species is specifically Crocodinium polycricoides. That tingles something in the girl's mind. She remembers now. Sempagang Bay constant water temperature was around 30.2 to 31.2 degrees Celsius, with salinity at 32.4 to 32.8 PSU. This condition is conducive in helping the species grow, as from what they see, the maximum cell concentration showed an increase as high as 6 times 10 power of 6 cells. The temperature and salinity really contributes to the growth of the species. This really doesn't sit well with the boy because he knows harmful algal bloom, like the name suggests, is dangerous for both wildlife and society. For society, they have caused fish kill in Kota Kinabalu and in Tuaran. This caused huge loss for Sabah Fisheries Station in Tanjung Badak, Tuaran. As for wildlife, when an algal bloom dies, the decomposed bloom creates a anoxic or hypoxic condition and causes dissolved oxygen depletion. This causes increase in biological chemical oxygen demands, and many species die because of it. The girl isn't without her fair share of knowledge on bloom. She remembers what she learned in class. Crocodinium species as a taxa has many toxins that include hemolytic, hemagglutination, and neurotoxic, all which contribute to paralytic shellfish poisoning. And so she asked him, what is his opinion on bloom? The boy's surprised. Like, what kind of question is that? Of course he thinks it is detrimental because not only kill wildlife but also humans. He tells a fact. Did you know first PSP case in Sabah caused 202 victims and 7 deaths? That was in 1967. Since then, Sabah experienced harmful algal bloom annually for 4 decades. Other than that, in 1991, there was also 3 cases of shellfish poisoning recorded on Semenanjung, specifically Malacca. Not to mention, they are very hard to trace. This is because since 1976, more occurrences have occurred rather sporadically, but all of them have different patterns according to which place the bloom takes place. The girl is distressed now. She murmurs, can we do anything about this? Any mitigation plans? The guy has good idea. Of course, we can do something. First, we must establish administration and implement structure. The National Coordinating Committee and response teams must be established to execute coordination, with concerned implementing agencies in performing monitoring and surveillance duties. Next, they must attain information on red tide from local sources or aerial survey prior to confirming it. Indication of poisoning can be obtained from fishermen, their associations, Coast Guard, Marine Police, or through red tide monitoring units. After that, they must confirm it. But before confirmation is done, they still must take action. So, on to the next phase. They must intensify monitoring activities, medical services for possible poisoning victims, while also informing local associations, which of course includes Coast Guard, Marine Police, and Fishermen's Association, so that the next step can be taken, which is market surveillance. This will be done by Fisheries Department and municipal, medical, and public health authorities. Regulatory control measures or prohibition on harvesting and marketing of contaminated aquatic products should be implemented. Finally, they must warn public through appropriate communication channel. Use of local news, online news, and press conference to quickly inform public of an ongoing red tide issue. This is especially important so neighboring countries can know this too, because what happened in Sabah also affected Philippines. The girls is in awe and happy. We learned a lot of lesson today. What we know we must do is we must implement technological approach so that better prediction of harmful algal bloom can be done. America have done this. They use the combination of AI and satellite to predict where algal bloom can occur, and Malaysia needs to follow suit and introduce us with this method. Also, humans are partially responsible for what happens, because runoff from sewage or aquaculture industries always include phosphorus and nitrogen, and these are important and especially help in phytoplankton growth, which contributes to the algal bloom. Finally, scientific approach to curb harmful effect of algal bloom must be implemented. In Korea, they use clay to shoot it on the surface and let the growing cell accumulate on the clay. This prevents them from accumulating, especially when the clay starts to harden. All in all, we learned a lot of good things today, and what we must as human must achieve to help prevent more casualties and problems. So I hope in the future Malaysian will be able to contribute to stopping the problem that rise from harmful algal bloom. Thank you for watching.